Welcome to DS Trukcs. In today's video, I want to talk about a major problem with all Ford pickup trucks, F-150s, Super Duties, F-550s, cabin chassis, all your late model Super Duty pickup trucks from 17 to 2021 and moving forward, and maybe even some of the older models. The issue is moisture getting to your wiring. Now, here is our 2020 F450, and if you follow the channel, then you know we plow snow. And what happens is water inadvertently makes its way to your wire harness in the truck, and it really doesn't have a good way to get out besides evaporation. So once water hits your floor mat, it will eventually get to your wiring. Now, having something like a Husky liner or a WeatherTech or something like that helps, and it definitely takes away some of the issues. But the way even the WeatherTech or Husky liner is designed, once this floor mat is overwhelmed, moisture works its way down to your floor, whether you have a vinyl floor or a carpet, it really doesn't matter. And then once moisture gets to your vinyl carpet or your floor, and by the way, we have a vinyl truck, we have a truck with a vinyl floor or rubber, whatever it is, and we have a truck with a carpet. We also have my wife's F-150, which doesn't get driven a whole lot, and it's still, we're gonna pull the panel on that truck and see. So let's go ahead and pull the panel on this to see what's going on, if I can get it with one hand. Now, check out what you get, guys. You get salt, creep, and moisture get into your wiring. Now, the reason I think this is happening is because of the trend in the market for a flat floor. For a flat floor to get the most utility out of the design of the truck, you got these new designs with the flat floors, and what happens is your wiring for your harness, your main harness. Now, to replace this harness goes to everything in the cab of the truck. You're talking seatbelt pretensioners, you're talking everything. So if something goes wrong with this wire harness, to repair it, you have to replace the whole harness, and it's a big job. Now, the harness itself isn't that much money, but it's like, I think like an 8-hour job to replace the whole thing. Now, take a look, guys. Like I said, the way this is designed, all your moisture inadvertently ends up getting to your wiring because of the way it's designed. Now, in the past, trucks used to have, trucks and cars, I think cars still, they used to kind of drop down the feet, where the feet would go. That area of the truck would drop down more like a dish. So if you get water in that area, you could hold a lot more water before it became overwhelmed, and then evaporation would come in. So you could hold like a couple quarts of water down there, and it would eventually dry out. Now, instead, with this design with the flat floor, and I don't know if this is affecting your Dodge trucks or your Chevys or whatever, but it's certainly an issue with the Fords, because I have Fords, so I don't know if Dodge has like the cup, the bowl design that can hold moisture up on your floorboard. Your floorboard can't hold any moisture. So another interesting point is guys that say, well, I got the rubber floor, I can just hose off my truck. Actually, no, you can't, because if you hose off your truck, you're gonna fill this entire area with water, and eventually it is going to dry out, but it's going to take a while for it to dry out. There is no drainage in this area. So now my mistake with this truck is not ordering a vinyl floor, and I'll show you guys why. Ordering a vinyl floor technically would have helped, because it allows me to do a little bit of preventative things. So this is how my plow truck looks. The truck has 6,000 miles, but we did plow snow and we did spread salt. But, you know, I really didn't do anything to prevent this. Just kind of use the truck as is. So if you're, you know, a cabin chassis truck and you're plowing snow, maybe it's a salt truck, that can be an issue. Even with the rubber floor, that rubber floor is not going to seal all that moisture from getting through this line, through this crack. So that's the first truck. Let's take a look at my wife's. Her truck's probably locked. I'll probably have to use something to get inside of there. Let me grab the keys and unlock her truck, and I'll see you guys inside the truck. All right, inside of my wife's 2019 F-150. She's only got 8,000 miles on this truck. She doesn't drive a whole lot. Now, As you can see, you do have some salt here on the carpet, but the wire harness isn't too bad. Mainly it's on the bottom of the tray here, just a few crystals, nothing too crazy, just crystals down there, but you know, very minor, very livable. It's not nearly as bad as my 450. But let's go ahead and take a look at our 2019 F250, and we'll also talk about a potential solution to the problem. Let's get inside the 250. All right, guys, so here in my 2019 F250, this truck didn't see that much action plowing this year. Only went out a few times, and check it out. You can see the salt is working its way to the harness a little bit. Now, like I said, didn't get used a whole bunch. It wasn't a salt truck or anything this year. Just from the shoes coming into the truck, you have salt getting into the wire harness. So why is this? Is there something different? Like, why is that? So if you look at the design of these trucks nowadays, they have these flat floor pans, and these flat pans, the lowest point is no longer down here where there's no wiring, there's nothing there. The lowest point is now right down here. So your wire harness is inadvertently in the lowest point. Now, what happens? So when we got this truck, the first year or so of having it, year and a half or so of having the truck, I noticed the sound of like water in the truck, but I had no other symptoms. I had no smells. I had no wet carpet. Obviously, the carpet's vinyl, so it can't really feel wet. It's vinyl, but it's still got some cloth to it. And I'm hearing water slosh around inside of the truck as I'm driving. So I would pull the panel off, and I would see water down in this area here, and I couldn't figure out why. So I would vacuum the water out, and I thought what was happening is moisture getting on my shoes from snow and getting down into this channel and not having a way out. And I didn't realize that it was actually something else. What was really happening is one of these lights up top, one of the cab marker lights, was leaking, and I think it was the one in the middle there. It was trailing water down the A pillar all the way down, and it was somehow hitting the cowl area or somewhere around here, and it was trailing down and dripping under the carpet and working its way through the floorboard, over the floorboard, and then ending up in here and saturating all my harnessing. So we ended up getting that issue corrected, but you know, the damage was kind of already done. Now, if the water would have had a place to accumulate, then it would have ended up in the floorboard. But on these newer trucks, the floorboards are actually flat. Now, this probably goes back pretty far. This probably goes back to like 2007 or whatever, like way back, because they've been doing flat loading floors for a long time. And it is a good feature. It does make the vehicle more utility, gives the vehicle more utility, because, you know, in the rear of the truck, if you've got a flat floor, you can load a lot of items on your flat floor. But the lowest point of the truck is not the floor. The lowest point of the truck is the wire harness, actually. So ends up getting moisture, ends up getting salt. Now, what solution do I think will help? What am I going to try to prevent this from happening? Let me show you guys what my idea is to fix this issue. All right, guys, so here is my plan for the truck. Now, what I've done is taken just black tape, and this stuff's pretty tough. It's not so aggressive with the adhesive that's going to ruin the plastic or anything, but it will withstand, you know, the little bit of moisture that it will encounter in the wintertime. Now, as you see, I've built up a seal between the seat and the carpet. Now, this connects here, so that moisture hopefully will divert out to the outside of the truck, and it kind of just picks up the slack where the seat or where the floor liner kind of leaves room for improvement. Now, is it perfect? No. Does it mean I can spray a water hose inside of the truck? No, but hopefully it will allow some moisture to work its way out of the truck. Ideally, what I think would be really cool and what somebody should come out with is a drainable floor mat, or even if there was another type of floor mat that really had a bigger lip on it. Like there needs to be a floor mat with a real deal big lip that can hold like straight up a gallon of water. You know, like this lip should just be this tall and just come all the way over, and then problems will be solved. You know, you'd have to drain it or whatever, but at least your moisture is not going to get out there. That needs to somehow happen. Or if there was some kind of a floor mat that had a drain tube somehow that you could divert to the outside of the truck. I know it's kind of crazy thinking, but it'd be cool. These trucks really need that, and this could be an issue with all trucks. Comment below, how are the Chevys, how are the Rams? Are they flat floor, or do they have like a dip down for the front? It's mainly the front. I don't know if the back is an issue. I did have quite a few guys in the back seat here, and as you can see, yeah, there's a good lip. This lip might actually be better on the rear mat, but just for fun, let's pull this panel and see. I mean, I think the water kind of goes from front to back anyway, but here in the back is not as big of an issue. Not as big of an issue here in the back. More of an issue with the front, where that sees a lot of traffic. But anyway, guys, that's it for the video. This is DS Trukcs. My name is Sean. If you want to support the channel, go to Hot Shot Secrets, guys, and buy you some Hot Shot Secrets. Use code name DS-Trukcs. DS-Trukcs. Get your Hot Shot Secrets. My opinion, the best fuel additive out there on the market. I am switched to them. I've switched over to them, and I was using Ford Cetane Boost, which is a good product, don't get me wrong, but I'm seeing better MPG with the Hot Shot Secrets. So if you want to support the channel and support yourself, shoot over to hotshotsecrets.com. Use code name DS-Trukcs to pick up your Hot Shot Secrets. All right, guys, so it's been a couple days, and I want to talk about my solution, the tape idea, and why it won't work. So I kind of mocked up the tape idea just to show what I was thinking, and I since removed it from the truck because I didn't want to have that all summer long or anything, just through the winter, and I don't think it's going to work. When I pulled it up after it sat on there for about a day, it was sticking, and then it pulled like part of the carpet up, so I think it would be detrimental to the carpet if you left it on over the whole entire winter. It would pretty much be glued down to the carpet. It'd be hard to get off of the carpet. If you had a vinyl floor, that might be better. You know, it won't stick as much maybe, but then again, what if it sticks so aggressively to the vinyl floor and then you pull it up and you damage the vinyl floor? That kind of defeats the purpose. So it's still a complicated issue. At the end of the day, the main thing that I think could be a huge benefit for a floor mat company, maybe WeatherTech or Husky or whoever, to come out with a floor liner that just extends down this area, and then this divider right here, if this was a lot taller for the guys that run their trucks. Now, for an average driver of a pickup truck, F-150, Super Duty, whatever, this Husky floor mat's probably going to be adequate because it keeps all your moisture in it. Now, for me, in and out of the truck a lot of different times, even this is not technically enough to prevent all this salt from getting down into the wire harness. Now, whether you're plowing snow or if you're just in and out of the truck a bunch of times for whatever reason and your feet are always getting in snow and getting in salt, this can be an issue. Now on my 250, this is like, it needs to be pushed in more. On my 250, I actually put a drain hole up in the front here, and it's interesting, there's a ton of baffling, and it actually just drains the moisture out, but it doesn't let the moisture into the truck from underneath. So that is interesting. That has worked out good for the F250 so far. Water just can't, I mean, if water works its way down into that channel, it just exits the truck. So far that's good. I don't know if that is the perfect solution. It's something I've been trying now. It's been that way for a couple years. I think at least 1 year, and it's just something I'm trying, and I don't know if that's going to be, it's kind of experimental, you know. I drilled a hole. It didn't corrode or anything because the aluminum isn't really corroding, so I just put a hole right here in the front and it just gets the water out of the truck. So that could be a solution. I don't know. Obviously, if you're drilling a hole in your truck, that's very risky, but comment below, tell me what you think. The tape idea, I don't know. I don't think it's going to be a good solution. Water is going to always work its way to the lowest point, you know, so we're trying different stuff. I got the drill, the weep hole drilled in the 250. I haven't done anything to this truck like that, but I'll show you guys where the water comes out of the 250 real quick while it's here. So with the F250, the weep hole that I drilled, the water just kind of comes out like right through like one of these holes, but there's so much baffling, you'll never see the hole that I drilled because there's like metal just folded in so many different ways. So it's almost like water can't get up, but the water will work its way out. So anyway, that's it for the video. Major problem affecting Ford trucks and possibly all trucks, I mean, honestly. But anyway, comment below, tell me what you think, and if you have a good idea, let me know what your thoughts are, because we need a solution for this, particularly for the guys who are working their trucks. But anyway, this is it for the video. Thank you for watching DS Trucks. See you in the next one. Over and out.